Coaliteotlac. Buenas tardes, mi gente. My name is Quetzal. I welcome you to my YouTube channel, El Mundo Quetzal, where I can teach you the things I know. And hopefully, you're going to be able to share the things you know. I am a professional artist and illustrator. I come from the long line of curanderas, which is a native healer. But my method of healing is through my art and some spiritual ritual. I'm teaching the moon rituals currently since we're in dire straits with the current political administration. So I'm hoping that this will help. And so please join me. Also, we just also need to shed all this negativity. Um, yeah, we really do. This is called the Oyoawao Liu Metsli, and then Masat Okichli, right? And that's the ritual of the Luna Llena de Venado Macho, right? The buck. So it's the buck full moon. Uh, and so um, it's coming into full moon on Thursday, July 10th at 4:37. Okay, so for those of you who haven't, this is your first time here, and don't know what a full moon is, I know we talk about it and we see it, but when is it really, right? The full moon is really just one time, that 4:37 uh, p.m. Oh, that's my kitty. And so, yeah, the full moon is a phase when the moon appears to be fully illuminated from the Earth's perspective. This occurs when the sun, the Earth, and the moon are aligned in a straight line. The moon and the sun are exact opposites of the Earth, and the sun's light, the sun lights light shines directly on the in very high in the sky, right? The buck moon is one of the lowest hanging full moons, and it's the farthest from the sun, which means July's full moon never gets real high in the sky, so don't expect it to be there. The full moon is seen best at at moonrise, and it's the seventh of the 12 full moons in 2025. So my kitty's just messing up all my stuff. The full moon phase comes about 15 days after the new moon. It either is waxing or waning, respectively, no matter how full it appears to be. It's only full at that one time. Now, that doesn't mean you have to do your ritual at that specific time. Actually, you could do it 3 days before or 3 days after, but that's when it is. Um, the Metsli Luna Llena ritual, that's the full moon ritual, can be beneficial for releasing hostilities. It may hold, hold, you know, any hostilities you may hold towards others. You will release all that does not serve you any longer and practice forgiveness. I know that sounds kind of new agey, but it's not. We've been doing it forever. At this time, you can also clean and energize your crystals or spiritual beads. The Metsli Luna is best done at the time of the full moon, but spiritually, like I said, it could be done 3 days before or 3 days after. How you prepare for the ritual is that the day of the Metsli Luna, the day you're going to do the ritual, you're going to contemplate the intentions you want to release. Now, this is so that when you get there with these blank sheets of paper, you don't draw a blank. Before the ritual, you're also sometime during the day before then, you're going to cleanse your energy with a spiritual bath. Now, you can do your own, or you can do the one I recommend. Okay. Let's see. So, what you will need, right, for the ritual, for this release, is a white candle. No, I know it's pink, but inside the candle is white. And then matches, of course. It's best to use matches that are little stick matches, right? But you're going to end up using whatever you have. You need sage, right? And then you need a saumador. Now, this is a saumador. It's an ancient, um, I guess, incense holder, but um, yes, it's an ancient incense holder. You can get them at Guajardo's. I think I paid like $15 for this because I broke mine, and so I'm gonna make another one. And so, but until then, this will do it. And or you can just, if you don't have either one, you can use a ceramic bowl or a plate. Okay, some people have even done it um, in a frying pan. So whatever you have, there was a curandera on the west side who used this old frying pan, and I loved her, Doña Panchita. She was amazing. You're gonna need two sheets of paper, one or two sheets of paper, right? Depending on how much you want to release. You can also use the back. And you need a pen. Here we go. And you need a pen, right? Um, and then you can use Palo Santo if you want to afterwards. I didn't bring mine over here, but I'll get it. Okay, so you're gonna the actual ritual is you're going to take your shoes off outside of the room where you're gonna do your ritual. Let me move this down a little bit so I can relax. So you're gonna do it outside. You're gonna take off your shoes. You're gonna leave them outside the door, and you're gonna come in. You're going to light a white candle, and you're going to light your sage. You're gonna light your candle, remember? And you're gonna light your sage, and then you're going to smudge your room, right? Starting at the door, and then you're gonna move clockwise around the room. When you get to the corners, give it a little X, right? A little four directional cross, and then just move around the room. After that, you're going to smudge yourself, especially your feet, because your feet carry a lot of crap actually, and so that's why a lot of cultures leave their shoes at the door. If I left my shoes at the door, the dogs would take them. I live on the south side. Anyway, yeah. So there you go. So that's all you're gonna do here. You're gonna put it in your sage and your samador. It's either gonna go out or it's gonna stay lit. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, you've already smudged yourself and you smudged the room. But if it stays going, that's cool too. All right. So you're gonna write everything down with your pen on this paper. Okay. Now each statement that you write, you're gonna begin with "I release." And keep it positive, and remember you're releasing things that no longer serve you. You don't want to be burdened with them. You don't want to be burdened with them and their negativity. You'll be practicing forgiveness, and you should not end your ritual in anger, right? Um, so try to release the negative and hold on to the positive, right? Uh, my mom used to say, "No hay mal que por bien no venga." I know that seems like it's not true sometimes, but it always ends up being true, especially when I'm questioning things. After you've written everything down that you want to release, your last statement you write and say is, "I demand that all bodies, negative energies, thoughts, vibrations I'm intending to release liberate me and my energy through all space, time, dimension, on every layer of my existence. I declare these things to be in perfect alignment with my greatest and highest good and the highest good of the whole. Así sea." Right? So it is. And remember, we want to release those energies. I always think of that saying that holding all this negativity and all these energies are like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die, right? It only affects us. If, so you're going to fold up the paper in fours or eights or whatever you feel like doing. And you're going to either, if your candle's high enough, you can light it with your candle. If not, you have your little matches. You're going to light it over your samador or your ceramic plate or whatever it is you have to burn, and then you're going to let it all burn down. You'd be amazed. It all burns. And you want to use a thinner paper. If you use a thick paper, it's going to take longer. But if you don't have any problems with time, use a thick paper. All right. Great. Okay. So the this is the Metsli Luna cycle for July 10th, and it's the buck moon, and it comes in at 4:37 p.m. That's a great time because it's not in the middle of the night or anything. You can do it before. You can actually do it at the same time, right? Yeah, get off work early or school and go home and do your ritual. It's for you, right? It's for us. August 9th is the sturgeon moon. September 7th is the corn moon. October 6th is the hunter's moon. And then November 5th is the beaver's moon. And then December 4th is the sturgeon moon. As we move into the next year, closer to the next year, they'll give us all the different moons again. And we're going not by this clock, but this calendar, but the Mexica calendar. So our year will end in February. Okay. Now I want to mention some resources. And so I always want to thank Universidad Nahuatl for showing me all they did, Ocotepec, Mexico. I want to thank my culturas, Payaya, Lipanapache, Coahuilteca. The Payaya and the Lipanapache were groups that came together and along with other groups and formed the Coahuiltecas, right? Because they're all kind of basically from Coahuila. And the Mexica and the Maya culture. And so I also want to thank quiero café. I want to thank Casa Guajardos. They're in San Antonio at 5223 South Flores Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78214. They're amazing. I love Eddie over there, Melanie. A lot of people are over there that are great. And then I also want to give you their number if you're out of town, okay? 210-922-8949. And I trust Ay, quiero café. I trust Casa Guajardos because my mother went to them, and she went to them because she said they were a familia, and she trusted that, right? And now Señor Guajardo is not curando anymore, but his daughter's running it, and her husband Eddie, and their son, and so it's still running, and it's still family, and you have to be family to work there, which is kind of cool. We're doing a mural there. If anybody wants to come and help, that would be cool. We're trying to set a schedule for summer. That's on Wednesdays. So yeah, send us an email and we'll tell you when we're going to be there, or look at my social media, or Corazones on Fire or Curartes, and we'll be able to say when we're going to be there, and you can come and help, right? You don't need any experience. I can teach you anything you want to know. All right, so if you're interested in receiving the El Mundo Cuespal newsletter, connect with El Mundo Cuespal website at cuespal.com and request it. You can also buy things, purchase items on corazones.store. And yeah, so I think that's it for now. Oh, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like, because I'm trying to grow my channel, right? Yeah. So that would be great. Let's all do these rituals and get our bodies clean. And then don't forget the new moon ritual that's coming up. All right. Tlazocamati, gracias, and thank you for watching. Su servidora, Quetzal.